All right, we're starting it up. Talk of the Town episode. This could be 4, could be 5. I could totally just talking out of my ass. I don't even know what episode this is, but Talk of the
It's an
Town.
episode.
It's an episode. It's a full episode. So if you hearing what I'm saying right now, that means you're watching on Pay and Uncut on YouTube. That's how you know it's real.
That's how you know it's real. Happy New Year, people. Welcome back. Talk of the Town. We got some great content coming at you right now. We're gonna start the year off right, and we're gonna get it going. We're gonna get it going.
We got some big things to talk about because we're recording this and it's coming out before the NFL playoffs begin. So I want to start by discussing the playoff picture in the NFL. We saw some crazy football games with crazy implications this past weekend. Ravens losing to the Steelers. Steelers getting a win by the Raiders to let them in, which I really thought was going to end in a tie. I really thought it was going to be a tie for a quick second, and the Steelers wouldn't have made it, which would have been hilarious. I'm not going to lie. But the Steelers are in. They're going to be playing the Chiefs in Kansas City in the playoffs. So what we're going to do now is Jaylen and I are both going to give our predictions all the way until the Super Bowl. And I guess we'll compare and contrast afterwards. But Jay, first off, since we're on the topic, Steelers at Chiefs. Let's go winner and score.
All right. All right. I'm not gonna be this episode, so I'm just gonna be realistic. I got Chiefs winning 28-14.
Okay. That's fair. I really, you know what? I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll talk about mine. But if you want to elaborate, go ahead. If you don't, we can move right on to the next.
I just don't listen. Like you just said, we were just saying like not too long ago, the Steelers somehow, some way, always creep the little butts into the playoff picture. And the Chiefs, it's playoff time. They've been there before. This is nothing new to them. They started off slow. They got doubted a lot during the season. They still get doubted to this day. I know. I still see some headlines saying, "Are the Chiefs still the same?" But I believe Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill is still Tyreek Hill. Sammy Walker's on. But Travis Kelce, you know the vibes over there. But Andy Reid's gonna eat his cheeseburgers. They're gonna go to the championship probably. But yeah, no, I don't. I'm not a big fan of the Steelers. I like Najee Harris. Other than that, I really don't have nothing else much to say about them because their receiving core is not that good. Don't like the receiving core. Juju Smith-Schuster is a TikTok boy.
So is Claypool, low-key.
Chase Claypool is just a selfish person because I would never forget the day this man is celebrating when they're down and it's like a minute and 30 on the clock. But yeah, other than that, I just Chiefs over Steelers all day. No doubt in my mind.
All right. So now we got the only divisional matchup in the AFC, Patriots at Bills.
I got Pats winning that game. I think Matt Jones will get it done. Just to the fact that he has his good old father, Bill Belichick, at that coaching system. That coaching system is the Patriots. Their defense is also their defense. I personally don't think the Bills team. They are a good team. They're just really streaky. Josh Allen can either play good or he can play absolutely terrible. I think they won. Did they win last week?
The Bills won to close the season. Yeah.
They won, right?
Beat the Jets.
They beat the Jets. All right, so
No, I agree. The Bills have had their streak. I mean, they lost 9-6 to Jacksonville, which, I don't want to really talk about Jacksonville at the moment, but I mean, they had their ups and downs. And Josh Allen is one of the sloppiest quarterbacks in the NFL, despite having great numbers.
Although, I give credit where credit's due. The Bills have beat the Patriots this season once, 33-21. So it could be in the air, but I still believe in the Bill Belichick system, the Patriots way. And where is it? It's at Bills.
It's in Buffalo, yeah.
It's at Buffalo. I still think they get it done in Buffalo. I think they're going to upset the fans, upset the crowd, upset the team, upset Josh Allen. If Josh Allen does not play to the par of his ability, then they won't get it done. Because honestly, that team doesn't have much besides him. They're the good defensive team, though. But
yeah, I mean, no Trey White on defense is going to hurt. But, I mean, Mac Jones is not really a downfield threat. But still, losing your number one corner, that's going to hurt any team.
Yeah, 100%. And, I mean, it truly doesn't really matter if Mac Jones threw the ball because the Pats won a game without
He
running
threw,
the
yeah, he
ball.
threw like twice, two, three times.
He threw two times throughout that whole game. I think we were actually on. We were live when we were watching that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Pats over Bills. I say let's flip this score right here. Let's see Pats 33, Bills 21.
All right, all right. And then the last AFC matchup, a team that just managed to get it on the last play of the season, Vegas Raiders at Cincinnati Bengals.
I got Cincinnati Bengals winning that one. I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. He's big Joey. What'd you call
Joey
him?
Franchise.
Joey franchise. And they got that boy
I
Jamar Chase.
think they call him Joe Shiesty.
Oh yeah, Joe Shiesty. Joe Shiesty. Um, they have a good receiving core over here. They got T. Higgins. They got Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has had a wonderful rookie season. Has broke numerous records. He just had a 300 receiving yard game the other day, like 2 weeks ago. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. He's got it done at each level. He's got it done in college, and he's been getting it done this season. I mean, despite it being, I believe it's his first playoff. Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, his first playoff game. But I still think he'll go out there and perform.
He's
So
been under plenty of pressure before. I mean,
yeah,
going for listen, people. I know the NFL skill gap between the NFL and college is huge, but the pressure gap between a national championship and a first round playoff game is probably not that much.
not that much.
He's ready for the moment,
Yeah,
especially in the jungle. Cincy, he's ready for that.
let me see.
You got a score for me on that?
I'm thinking. I got. Oh, all right. I got Cincy 27, and then I say it's a close game, 27-21.
Okay, okay. All right, so I got the next round for the AFC rundown, but we're gonna go over to the NFC. Started off with Eagles at Bucks.
Eagles up. the
Maybe we don't do a score for this one. Maybe we just say.
I got Bucks over that.
Yeah.
That's I love
Just humor me and give me a score anyway.
yeah. So I got Bucks over 40, and then I'll say the Eagles at least put up 14 because Jalen Hurts can score a touchdown himself running, and he could potentially get a passing touchdown. He is known for having at least 2 touchdowns a game, feet or in the air.
Yep.
So yeah, I put that out there. Somebody can make a play for them. I mean, hopefully, or the defense can make a play because lately, low key, the Bucks have had a lot of takeaways. The defensive players, the defensive teams that they've been facing, but they got lucky not too long ago. So I mean, you never know. But yeah, so I got 14 over, say 40, just to say.
All right.
The type person.
All right, and sorry, let me warm it up
You're
first.
good.
How about them Cowboys? 49ers at Cowboys. Talk to me.
All right, honest opinion. I'm a Cowboys fan, baby. Let's go Cowboys. I got Cowboys over San Fran. I say we're gonna score. I say 29-14. You know, I'll put it one of those numbers. It's gonna be a weird game. I feel like, hopefully it's not one of those games where I gotta watch them go up and down throughout the first 2-3 quarters and they decide to pick it up the second half. But I mean San Fran, I believe they're a really good team. They have a really good team defensively. Well, yeah, and they got Nick Bosa. But other than that, like offensively, Jimmy G, he's not the quarterback that he should be, in my opinion. I feel like he should be held at a higher standard. He's just the guy. I feel like he just gets it done. In that terms, I don't think he's a playoff winning quarterback. But then again, I can't say that. I can say the same about my quarterback. And also the Cowboys, like they've been streaky throughout the whole season because like I said, like so long ago, we've only really beat teams that aren't like tremendously good. Every team we've really lost to is a really good football team. And San Fran is not the really bad. They're not the best football team, but they're a good football. So I believe we get it done. And isn't that what is that? I think it's Cowboys, right? AT&T.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, home game. I think we get it done.
All right. And last one, we got Cardinals at Rams.
Ooh, damn. Why you? That's the first round right there.
Yeah, that's the Monday night game too. That's prime time, 8:30 on Monday night.
I'm going with Rams.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a tight game. I say I say 28-21. I
Okay.
don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game because I think both teams are good defensively, and we just found out that I didn't just well we not we you just told me not too long ago that Matt Stafford has the most interceptions in the league, and Minka Fitzpatrick is a ball hawk. He's a really good player. I the offensively, if they have
Hey,
James
hold on, hold
Conner,
on, hold on. You cannot say the word interceptions without putting Trayvon in that sentence. You got a
yeah,
dude who turns the ball over the most, and you got Trayvon Diggs
but
on the other side of it.
no wait, we talking about Cardinals Rams.
Oh shit,
You confused. You scared me, man.
bro! I was writing down the next round, and I was writing Cowboys, so all I could think about was Cowboys in my head. I'm sorry. I was literally writing down Cowboys as I said that,
It's
and I
okay.
think you said Micah, so I was like, wait.
I think I might have said that or me. Yeah, Minka. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, cut. Minka Fitzpatrick. I like him as a DB. He's a safety. Yeah. He's actually like I just said, he's the only defensive DB in the top 20 this year for defensive leaders. So I believe it'll be a good game. I think the team is really stacked offensively for the Rams. I just like a lot of people have been saying that Matt Stafford is basically Jared Goff, but he has an arm. He has arm talent. He just doesn't have like sometimes in these situations he doesn't make the best decision because as you've seen the other day he threw a ball short, which is random because as a quarterback you always willing to throw over. I mean throw long before you throw short, and the fact that OBJ had him beat, so I don't know what made him throw it short. Maybe I don't know what it was, the pressure. I don't know what it is. But overall, I got Rams. I got Rams over Cardinals 28-21.
All right.
Yes, tight game, tight game.
Move on to the second round. We got Patriots at
OBJ.
Titans in the AFC.
Patriots at Titans.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm gonna do it again. I got Pats again.
Okay.
I got Pats again. Because due to the fact that I don't think Ryan Tannehill is a playoff winning quarterback. They don't have Derrick Henry. They
Yeah,
haven't
they
had
he they might though. He's active.
really?
I don't know if they're gonna
He's,
play him, but
that'd be stupid of them. This man just broke his foot like 8 weeks ago.
I've heard that he's ready. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that they're gonna activate him.
Um. Oh, whoa! They're number one seed.
Yeah.
All right. So judging from these scores, I'd say they put up the numbers. Then again, they only beaten bad teams. That's what I'm saying. Oh wait, they actually spanked. Well, that was preseason. All right. So I still got Pats though. I got Pats over them again. I think it's a system, like I said, for the Patriots. Like no matter what, it doesn't matter what really happens. I believe every game of, and I believe Mac Jones is a winning quarterback. So I believe he can get it done if it's well executed on the coaching side because he's a very coachable player.
Mhm.
I personally don't. I don't think Julio Jones isn't the receiver he used to be. Sad to say. And I don't think Ryan Tannehill is. So I got I think it's gonna be a tight game too. So let's go 34-31.
Okay. And then to face the Patriots in the championship, Bengals at Chiefs.
Bengals at Chiefs. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's gonna be a great game.
That's
We
a
saw
really
what
good
happened a
one.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm going for the upset. I'll take the Bengals. I love what that team has going for them. The team defensively, offensively. I don't know what they are on the defensive side. That's the thing. But actually, no, I switch it back. Come on. All right, I got Chiefs. I got Chiefs over Bengals. I'm sorry. I got Chiefs over Bengals. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game though. I think it will be 38-30 Chiefs.
Oh man, another shootout. I would love to see another shootout between Mahomes and Burrow. I'm
That's
with
what I'm
that. Give
saying.
me all of that.
That's some real gang shit right
Give me
there.
all of that. All right, moving over to the NFC, we got Rams at Packers.
Damn. That's another good one. I got Rams.
Okay.
I got Rams. I did say that it was Aaron Rodgers to take them, but I've been seeing a lot of controversy with him. I feel like he's not focused right now. You know, he's been talking a lot in the media. You know, and
Yeah.
I believe the Rams are defensively one of the best teams on paper. Offensively, one of the best teams on paper. They just have to play well on the field. You know, it's not about paper; it's about actually how you play on the field of the game. But I'd say score 34-21.
Damn, the Lambeau crowd going out sad. All right, Cowboys at Bucks.
Cowboys at Bucks. Damn it.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
I got Cowboys. Come on. I'm not gonna go against my team. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game because it's Thomas Brady. He's very scary. He's a freaking threat. I can't stand that man. He's not really a threat. He just has really good players besides him. But I got Cowboys. I'll say it's gonna be one of those weird games. I'd say 35-30.
Gotcha.
I'm in the 30s a lot, but I believe there's gonna be some high scoring games.
So okay. So then we're going to Dallas for the NFC Championship. So just give me Rams Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl.
Let's go Cowboys. What would the score be for that game? We got the league leader in interceptions. We got the league's leader in passing and throwing interceptions.
Sounds like a good combo.
I say 30-7. Let's lock them
Oh,
down. Let's
yay!
get it.
All right, Pats Chiefs AFC Championship.
I got Chiefs.
Okay.
I got Chiefs.
Back again.
I don't think Pats can get it done and to get to the championship. I think they can make it far, but I don't think they're ready for that level.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think the Chiefs, they've been there. What is it? They're gonna be there.
That would be their third straight.
Their third straight year.
And their fourth straight conference championship.
Conference championship
Game, not
Yes.
win, but appearance.
So yeah, I would say I don't think that's gonna be a high scoring game. I think the Patriots probably will be burnt out at that point. So I say 34-14.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna go to my picks before you pick your Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So I'll get to my Super Bowl and then we could do our Super Bowl picks together. So I'll go in the same order. I'll start Steelers Chiefs. And we've said this plenty of times. We don't know how the Steelers keep weaseling their way into the playoffs when they are not that team. It's hard to say, Ben, you got to go when every year they're over 500. But this ass whooping that the Chiefs are about to put on him will push him kindly into the retirement home. So I'm going to go Chiefs, and I'm going to go Chiefs big time. I'm going to go 34-14 Chiefs. So it's time, Big Ben. I'm so sorry, but I'm really not. It's time. It's time. It's time. Chiefs defense has been locking it down recently. I know they had a shootout against Joey Franchise, but Big Ben is no Joey Franchise. And, Najee's a solid running back, but so is Joe Mixon. And when your quarterback isn't on the same level and your number one receiver's not on the same level, I have a hard time seeing the Steelers score. I mean, I think Deontay is a solid receiver, and maybe with better quarterback play in the future, he'll show himself as a true number one. But his numbers are pretty solid this year. But nonetheless, I'm going Chiefs by a royal spanking.
Okay.
We're going to move Patriots at Bills. Something about this game, man. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be in Buffalo. It's going to be freezing like always. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a night game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong, but either way, it's just, is it 5 degrees in the sunlight or is it 5 degrees in the in the dark. But uh, I feel like the Patriots have the running advantage. So as long as there's no wind and rain like there was on that night game earlier in the year, and that primetime game that we were watching earlier in the year, I feel like Buffalo can do it. I mean, they're going to rely on Josh Allen heavily like they always do. But Singletary has picked it up recently the more they've given him the ball. I'm going to go a little low scoring for this one. I'm going to say Bills 17-13. Big Josh Allen guy. I'm a big Josh Allen guy.
I don't blame you.
Dude is a slinger, and he is sloppy as hell, but he's fun to watch.
He's fun to watch, dude. He's a fucking 6'7", 230-pound runner.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Passing running back. So it's like, he's so streaky for me. That's why.
He's had his ups and he's had his downs throughout the year for sure, but I got belief in him. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. He concerns me though. When they lose in the playoffs, his numbers are bad, but when they win in the playoffs, his numbers are good. So, God damn it, Josh, play good. I don't know what to tell you. It's on you, bro. You gotta play well. And then we got Raiders, Bengals. I don't think this one's going to be close either. I'm a big Derek Carr guy. I just like when players that are doubted and kind of kicked to the curb have a comeback story. You know, I always root for guys like that. And people thought Derek Carr was done after his injury, so I'm glad to see him get back. But I think the Bengals offense is just too powerful for them. I mean, Carr is a solid quarterback. Renfro's a solid receiver. Jacobs is a solid running back, but solid isn't going to beat greatness at all three of those positions in Cincinnati. You got a great quarterback in Burrow, you got a great running back in Mixon, and you got a great wide receiver in Jamar Chase. So I'm going to go Bengals 31-17 in the jungle. That's what we're going with. So we're going to head over to the NFC. Eagles, Bucks. The Eagles haven't beaten a playoff team this year. If you look at their record, they haven't beaten a playoff team. You know, it's great that you beat up on the football team and the Giants and the Lions, but now you're playing Thomas Brady.
You're
gonna get smacked, and you're gonna get smacked real bad. The running game has been solid until you run into Vita Vea. So,
and Devin Smith.
Yeah. So I don't think the Bucks are gonna score as much. I mean, they still have Mike Evans, who's probably the most underrated player in the NFL. 1,000 yards every year since he's been in the NFL. And you still got Gronk. So it's not like you lost all your receivers. I know AB, whatever, and I know Godwin's hurt. So I wouldn't say they're going to score a ridiculous amount. I wouldn't go as high as to say 40 like you did, but I'm going to go 33-14 Tampa Bay.
You got that run game, bro.
Yeah. And, all right, 49ers at Cowboys.
Don't do this to me, dog.
I don't know. I'm not a big Jimmy G guy. He kind of made me shut up this year. Like, he's been solid. From what I've seen, his decision-making, his accuracy is still not great. But he does what he needs to do for that team. Dak's playoff record isn't good, but his playoff performances aren't bad. It's going to come down to a playmaker. And do I trust George Kittle to make a play on offense? Do I trust Micah or do I trust Diggs to make a play on defense against him? I think for the good of the cause, I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm going to go 23-20 Cowboys in overtime. Make you sit on the edge of your seats, Cowboys fans. I'm getting real descriptive. 23-20 Cowboys. Greg the leg with a game-winning field goal. How about that, Cowboys fans? You better like this video when that happens. Greg the leg with the game winner. And lastly, we got Cardinals at Rams. I'm not going to fall too far off from where you were here. I don't really trust first-year quarterbacks in the playoffs that much, except for Joe Burrow, obviously, because, let's face it, the Raiders are not on the same level as the Rams. But I feel like a playmaker is going to make the play for the Rams, and Kyler's not going to be able to handle that without his number one receiver. So I'm going to go Rams 28-17. I would love to see the Cardinals handle business, but I don't know, man. I don't see them stopping the Rams too much, and I don't see them scoring as much on the Rams either.
They don't have JJ either.
Yeah. I mean, that's a poor JJ, man. That dude's always hurt, but I mean,
That's what you get for lifting fucking tires all day. But body destroyed.
You're right. All right, so now we got, what is it? Bengals at Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like this a lot actually. Uh, this is tough because Henry coming back from injury. I mean, clearly Tannehill's done enough to win without him. Obviously, if they're the 1 seed. But damn, Joey franchise, man, I don't know. This is tough. This is a tough one. I know who I'm picking in the other one, but see, Henry runs the ball. No, I'm going Titans. I'm just playing. 27-21 Titans hold off the Bengals.
Okay. Oh, that's a tight one. No, I see that.
Yeah.
That could be possible, yeah.
And now we got Bills at Chiefs, which is good because I hope this does happen because I want to see this rivalry form a little bit. My favorite type of rivalries are rivalries that form due to like high level or important regular season games and then playoff games. You know what I'm saying? So like Ravens Titans organically,
Yeah,
it started in the playoffs. If you think of like the best one I could think of is really like Patriots Steelers in like the mid to late 2010s. Mm-hmm. When Bell and Brown are still on the Steelers, like that rivalry was awesome to watch. You tuned in every time they played regular season or playoffs. And I'm hoping the Bills and the Chiefs can become a rivalry like that because these are two quarterbacks that I would want to see play and battle it out for the next 10 plus years. I mean, they're both young, they're both talented. I'm gonna go Chiefs here. I'm still go Chiefs. I originally picked the Bills to make the Super Bowl in the preseason, but I just don't have enough confidence in them. I don't know if Josh Allen can string together that many wins in a row against these high-level teams. I mean, the Patriots in the first round is scary enough, and now you got to go into Arrowhead. I'm not going to give them a chance. I'm going to go Chiefs 31, Bills 17. And now in the NFC, if I do this correctly, we got Rams at – that's the same as yours. So we got Rams at Packers. The Rams were also my other preseason pick to go to Super Bowl. I originally predicted Bills-Rams. But I don't know, man. Aaron Rodgers seems to do this every year, and I say that and he's a dude who has one ring, right? Like I feel like every year we talk about how ridiculous he is, and then we get to the playoffs, and I'm not saying he's bad in the playoffs because he's definitely not, but they just don't win the big game more often than not. So this is a tough game for me to predict. But I'll pick the Rams on the road in Lambeau, which in itself is ridiculous because these dudes coming from LA about to play in this negative 20-degree weather, probably snow. But
probably with a bunch of people with cheese in their head. They're probably going to think they're hallucinating.
Yeah, right. All right, we're going to go 23-19. The Rams are going to beat the Packers. Some weird-ass score for you. 23-19, Rams beat the Packers. And now we got the Cowboys traveling to Tampa Bay for what they would hope is redemption from Week 1. But, unfortunately, their season is going to end the same way it started, with a loss to the Bucks. I'm never going to bet against Tom. Okay, I will bet against Tom Brady. It is very rare that I will bet against Tom Brady, and I certainly will not do it against Dak. No disrespect. He's a great quarterback, but Tom Brady versus Dak, that's easy for me. You saw what happened in the first game of the year. Tom Brady turned the ball over 3 times, and they still won the game. That's not going to happen again. So I'm going to go Bucks. They're going to put up 35, and the Cowboys are going to put up 27. Bucks 35-27. Now we got Chiefs going into Tennessee. This is a game that I've been looking forward to if it does happen because we saw them play in the conference championship 2 years ago. The year the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That was when the Titans were coming off. They just shut down Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson back-to-back. I was like, damn, they might actually do this. What better 2 quarterbacks that year could you shut down than Brady and Lamar? And then you got Mahomes. Like, that would be one of the craziest runs ever. But Chiefs pulled it off. And this year they're not gonna. I'm going with the Titans to beat the Chiefs. I know. Derrick Henry gonna run all over them boys.
Bro.
Nah, you
He
what,
hasn't
bro?
played in like 8 weeks, bro.
And you know what? He's gonna get a nice little warm up when he plays Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna give them 25 and the Chiefs 21. Yes, y'all heard me right. Titans are going to the Super Bowl.
There's no way you actually believe in
I
that.
said on this show I don't trust Ryan Tannehill as the only option. He got them the damn 1 seed. So obviously I was wrong. I don't care who they were playing because they won the football games. I don't care that they lost to the Jets because so did the Bengals. I don't really care who they lost to. They've won games in the playoffs before, and they've won big games. They've shut down great players, like I just said, Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson. This is MVP Lamar, and this is New England Tom Brady. And they shut them down, and they won both of those games on the road, and now they're home for the whole entire playoffs. No team is going to have the success that the Ravens did last year against Derrick Henry this year in the playoffs. No team is going to stop him like the Ravens did last year. It's not going to be the Bengals, and it's not going to be the Chiefs. That's why I'm giving you the Titans to go to the Super Bowl. To wrap it up, Rams at Bucks. Man, this really hurts my soul, but it's the Bucks, man. Like, I can't. It's just.
Bro, but it's like, you gotta understand. Fuck the Bucks.
Do you know how long, Jay? Do you know how old we are? We have seen this so many times, bro. We are watching the same movie over and over. It's the same script. It's just a different cast. All right. And while we're here, the Bucks are gonna beat the Titans in the Super Bowl too. We've seen this shit year after year. It's gonna happen. It doesn't matter what color he's wearing. It doesn't matter where the game is. It doesn't matter who he's throwing to. Wes Welker, Randy Moss, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Mike Evans. I don't care. They're winning the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who he's throwing to. I don't care where the Super Bowl is. Yeah. Who's your running back? It doesn't matter who your running back is.
Yo.
I'll give you the scores, though.
You think the Bucks defense are going to shut down Derrick Henry?
I don't think they're going to shut him down. I think they'll contain him enough. Because if you look at his averages on the year, what is it, 4.5 yards per carry? That's great and all, but it's really just breaking away once or twice a game for a big game. Because how often does he just run straight into the line and pick up 3, 4? He does it a lot, but his numbers will look better because eventually he'll break off that 20-yard gain. You don't have to stop him. You just have to contain him, which is much easier said than done. But
and then once you contain him, it's like you got to rely on Tannehill. Can Tannehill actually perform?
I don't know, but we're going to see. Bucks, I got 28-21 over the Rams, and then Bucks 24-20 over the Titans in the Super Bowl. Close game, big game. Now, Jay, we're going to bring it back to you. Cowboys, Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Go ahead and tell the world what they want to hear.
Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna be honest. So it could be a split decision. You know, it's in the air for me. So I'm gonna say Cowboys, and if I say Cowboys, only way we beat the Chiefs is we put up at least 30. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
So I say 38-28. We win by 10.
Hey, your Super Bowl sounds a lot more fun than mine. I'll give you that.
And I need it to be fun. I mean, honestly, the Super Bowl is never really a high-scoring game, but I just believe the only way we're gonna have to keep up with them is if we outscore them. That's how any team is if they play against the Chiefs. The only way you can beat the Chiefs is if you outscore the Chiefs, and you just gotta put up numbers.
Right.
But if we were to vice versa, if we don't go out and perform, I believe the Chiefs will put up at least 28, and we won't put up even probably 21. Truthfully,
we saw that matchup in the regular season. That's a matchup I'd love to see again. And listen, I know I didn't pick the Cowboys, but I would much rather see the Cowboys in the Super Bowl than the Bucks because I've seen Tom Brady plenty of times. But we're going to move on. So if you're watching this video on my main YouTube channel, Peyton Warnock, thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like. If you're watching this full podcast, we're going to move on to our next topic. We're going to go to the NFL awards, finish up on the NFL right now. Because I don't really know when the NFL awards come out, to be honest with you. We know who's on the Pro Bowl, but we're going to talk NFL awards right now. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Yeah, I went first last time, so I'll let you go.
All right. Where do you want me to start? You want me to start at the top with MVP, or do you want to start with the rookies?
Go with the rookies.
All right, I'll start with the rookies. Offensive Rookie of the Year will go the MVP of my fantasy team, Jamar Chase.
Absolutely.
The Gritty Prince, because Jay Jett is obviously the king of that. But I'm going to give an honorable mention to Mac Jones. I don't want to, but I will. Feel like he performed great throughout the year. I mean, got him in the playoffs. But Jamar Chase was 4th in receiving yards this year at 1,455. He had 13 receiving touchdowns, which is 3rd. As a rookie, that's pretty damn impressive. And he showed himself as a clear number 1 option. I mean, he's
easily
going into next year. I don't see anyone that's not going to put him in the top 10 in terms of receivers. I would borderline put him in the top 5 already after 1 year of football.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think pretty clear offensive rookie of the year in my opinion. But honorable mention to Mac. And for defense, I don't have an honorable mention because I don't even know who the hell's on defense as a rookie this year. But defensive rookie of the year goes to Micah Parsons of them boys. 13 sacks, which is 6th in the NFL. He's got 84 tackles, 3 forced fumbles to go along with it. I feel like he's just everywhere. Every time I'm watching a game, I feel like they call his name out like half the plays of the game, if not more. So he passes the eye test, and you look at the stats, he passes that as well. So defensive rookie of the year, I feel like that's pretty much locked up. And he's in the race for defensive player of the year as well, which I'm a segue to right now. Honorable mention to Darius Leonard of the Colts, one of the best ball hawks in the league. That's not a DB. But I'm going to give it to TJ Watt because, I mean, he played, 14, 15 games, and he tied the NFL record for sacks, 22.5. He's got 64 tackles and 5 forced fumbles. But if you think about it, if you're up there with an all-time record and you didn't even play a full season, I mean, that's defensive player of the year stuff. So I'm gonna give it to TJ Watt.
Absolutely.
On the offensive side of things, honorable mention to Patrick Mahomes. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. He's always gonna be there. I feel like his numbers, even though at the start of the year they figured him out, you look at his numbers, he's top 5, top 10, everything. But offensive player of the year, we're going to Thomas Brady. Shocker. 5,316 yards, which is first by 300 yards. That's a full game of football. He's got 43 touchdowns, which is also first. He's top 10 in completion percentage, and he got his team to 2nd in the NFC. And he did all of that with Antonio Brown on his team. So good for him. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. So shout out to Brady, offensive player of the year. Eventually, you'd think he'll stop being great at football. Maybe, possibly. Eventually, maybe my kids will see Tom Brady start to decline. I don't know. Maybe their kids will start to see him decline.
Somebody.
But I don't know. Eventually.
Maybe his kids.
Yeah, I don't even know. But MVP, try to put all bias aside, but my MVP is Jonathan Taylor. Honorable mention to Aaron Rodgers. But Jonathan Taylor, 1,811 yards, which leads rushers by over 500. He has 18 touchdowns, which is also first. He has 5.5 yards per carry, which is tied 2nd among running backs with at least 100 attempts. You got plenty of quarterbacks that are ahead of him, Justin Fields, Lamar, Allen. I feel like quarterbacks, on average, get a lot more yards per carry. Well, not a lot, but just, because of scrambles and stuff like that. And he runs that Colts offense. Carson Wentz stinks. All right? You got no help on that offense. I think Pittman can be a good receiver 1, but I don't think he's going to ever be a great wide receiver 1. I don't think T.Y. Hilton is anywhere where he used to be. Jack Doyle's an average tight end. Carson Wentz is a below average, borderline dookie quarterback. All you got is Jonathan Taylor on offense. You got a great line, obviously, and you're never going to have a good running back without a good line. But without Jonathan Taylor on that offense, they ain't shit.
They ain't shit. All right. That's a fact. My list is pretty similar to his, but since you started off from the bottom, I'm going to start off from the top. We're going to lead it off just how you just left it off. My MVP, I'll do my honorable mention. My honorable mention is going to, throw people off, but my honorable mention is Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. Miss Herbert. Justin Herbert. That boy right there, he's the reason why the Chargers have won most of the games. He was 2nd in passing yards this year, 65.9% completion. He averaged 7.5 yards. He had 294 yards a game. He had 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He was sacked a fair amount of times. His QBR was 66.1. What else could I say? He all played all 17 games, and like, he's just a phenomenal quarterback. That last game that almost got him into the playoffs, he led that team back and tried to get him to overtime, but they just couldn't get it done. They lost the game against the Raiders, I believe it was Raiders.
Yep.
I think it was Raiders. Yes, they lost the game against the Raiders. Shout out to Derek Carr. But honorable mention, Justin Herbert. So my MVP is obviously Jonathan Taylor, like you said. There was a crazy stat this season that in every game he scored a touchdown or more, you guys were undefeated. He literally won 8 games for you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. He had 18 touchdowns, 1,800 yards. He had 106 yards a game, and he was just putting on. He picked up a first down every 2 times he touched the ball. And then, all right, we're gonna go to Offensive Player of the Year. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to that man Cooper Kupp. That man did his thing this year. That man he had 145 receptions, and he was targeted, I think, like 170. How many times?
That's a triple crown for Cooper Kupp. He got all 3.
He was targeted 191 times, 1,947 yards. He averaged 13.4 yards a catch. That's the first down every time he touched the ball. 16 touchdowns. He averaged 114 yards a game. And the best part about this whole thing is he had 846 yards of yak. That man, every time he caught the ball, he was taking off. There is not a receiver even close to this man in yak, bro. The only receiver that was close to him was Devontae Adams, and that's at 604. The rest of them are all under 500. Well, no, all under 6, I'd say. But still, come on, dog. Like, that doesn't even make sense. My honorable mention, offensive player is Thomas Brady. Like you said, Tom versus time. He just gets it done.
He's winning. He is winning.
He wins the game, and as you can see, it's not bullshit because like a game against the Jets, like I was watching that game and I'm just like, yo, he's about to lose, and I'm like,
yeah, 3 passes right down the
field.
Wait.
Tom versus time. It's not Tom versus the defense. It's Tom versus time. So it's like, he's always weighed over time. So Thomas Brady. My honorable mention for Defensive Player of the Year is T.J. Watt, like you said. Well, you said he is Defensive Player of the Year, but T.J. Watt. And then my Defensive Player of the Year is Darius Leonard. Oh, shout out to that Cole picture in the background though. That's hard.
Right.
Yeah. So Darius Leonard, I love him. He's a hell of a player. Like you said, he's a ball hawk at linebacker. The man's, I don't know how tall he is, but he's big as fuck, and he moves like a freight train when it comes to ball hawking that ball. Offensive rookie, Jamar Chase, 81 receptions, 1,455 yards, 13 touchdowns, 85 yards a game, and he has 651 yards of yak. That man was he wasn't second. He was like third.
He was third.
He was like third. He was fourth in for overall receivers, but he was third for yak. So, and I'm a big yak guy because like he does catch it. What can you do after you catch that ball?
Yeah.
So my honorable mention for Austin's offensive rookie is Najee Harris. He is top 3, top 4, and rushing
yards. He's 4.
Yeah, so top 4 rushing with a team that is below average. And at first, he had a slow start to the season. He only had 7 touchdowns, which isn't the best, but they didn't really reach the end zone that much. And whenever they did, it was off of a big play. Overall, though, I still believe he produced well as a first-year player who doesn't have the most successful team around. And in my defensive rookie of the year. Other defensive position. My defensive rookie of the year is Micah Parsons.
Whoa, that's bold. That's bold. That's crazy.
64 solo tackles, 20 assists, 13 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. The man puts the pressure on a lineman. He doesn't matter He could be 6'5", 300. He could be 6'4", 250. He could be Vince Wilfork. I believe he will put pressure on the quarterback. It doesn't matter. He's on the left side, right side, roving, running. I don't know. Drop him. It doesn't matter what you do. The man is out there. He's balling hard. He's successful. And they were comparing him to Taylor at one point. They were saying like, "Yo, he's having a Lawrence Taylor type of year." I'm like, everyone's like, "Yo." Bruce Arians was like, "Yo, relax, yo." Relax. But guess what? My man's just putting on for the Cowboys. Let's go, Cowboys. 2022 Super Bowl champions. Let's get it right. And yeah, that's it.
All right, that's valid. That's valid. I'll give you that. I mean, you can see who the favorites are clearly. We pretty much got similar, if not the same, for every category. But that's all we got for the NFL. Jay, if you'd like to transition us in the top of the top, we're going to move on to the NBA.
Ooh. All right. It's that boy. It's the top of the top. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. I still think about you every day. But for NBA wise, let's go to best teams. No, it wasn't best teams. It was the most underrated teams in the NBA, right?
Right.
Most underrated teams in the NBA.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
We can start off. I'm gonna start it off. We're gonna start off with the Memphis Grizzlies. They are currently on a 9-game winning streak.
As recording, because they're playing right now. So
yeah, as recording, because they're playing right now against the Warriors. I know my game just keeps turning off. But the Grizzlies, they were playing great without John Morant. About it, like he was out, then that's when they got on the win streak, and then when he came back, they just continued to excel. They've smoked the Lakers every single time they played them this year, and which is crazy to think about because who would have said Memphis Grizzlies would be smoking the Lakers play them? Other than that,
I'm sure some people on Twitter would probably tell you that they thought that because the Lakers were.
Yeah, Lakers are terrible. They have a key rookie this year, Desmond Bain. The man's
he's second year. Second year?
Oh,
yeah. He played in the summer league. That's probably why you're confused. But he played last year.
The reason why I thought that is because I quote from him talking about how 20th in the draft, something like that.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I just figured that out a couple days ago, honestly.
So he's actually averaging about like 17 points a game, like 45% three point. So it's like that's that's key right now. 17 points is a lot of points, for a role player that's not even that's not getting. Well, he does start too. That's another thing.
But he's not the number one guy, so yeah.
He's not the number one guy, exactly. He's not even the number 2 guy.
No, I mean you can make a case for him over Jaren Jackson, but I would say he's probably the third.
I would say, yeah. So that team, they've been performing well. They've been playing well. They've been scoring efficiently. They're really good defensively. That's what I had to say. I'm trying to think of another underrated team. I just have one on my mind. If you got one, bro, go. I'm thinking of my other.
I'm gonna give you the Memphis energy as well. I agree with Memphis completely. I mean, John Morant was my pick for most improved to start the season, and I mean he's an all-star this year pretty easily. Could even be a starter out west, to be honest. But I mean Memphis is always a team that's gonna be slept on just because they're Memphis. But it seems as though this team is just picking up right where Grit and Grind left off with Conley and Zebo and Tony Allen, Marc Gasol. Like, it seems very similar to that team where you look at them on paper and you're like, man, this team can't be that good, right? And then you watch them play and you're like, damn, these dudes all do their job incredibly well. Dylan Brooks, he might be a hack, but he plays good defense. I mean, bringing in Steven Adams was a trade that I thought was probably one of the worst trades of the offseason to get rid of Valanciunas and bring in Steven Adams. But when you got a guy who's willing to not even shoot the ball and just get the rebounds all game, and you don't have to force feed inside like you did for J-Val, I think that's huge for a team that's got scorers and shooters like Ja, Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. So I think Steven Adams has proven to be a really good pickup, even though that's not what I expected to start the year. And they are 4th place right now. 28-14 at the time of recording.
That's crazy.
This team is really solid. 9-game win streak. Obviously, yet to be seen with the Warriors game on right now, but they're an impressive team, and their road record is actually better than their home record, which is surprising to me. But like Jay said, without Ja, they were playing very well, not many losses at all, and now 9-game win streak at the time of recording. So Memphis is my number one in this top 5 of my most slept on teams. Memphis is definitely my number one.
My number 2 is coming in hot right now. I know it's there in the Eastern Conference. I know one of the Eastern Conference is the Eastern Conference. The Cleveland Cavaliers currently sitting at 6, 23-18. They're 5 games behind. They're 11-9, 12-9 away. They're 4 on their division. That says a lot right there, even though it's and then 14-9 in the conference. They average about 100 per game, and their opponent's points per game is 102. So the point differential is only 4 points, basically 5 points. So it's not big, but it's just the fact that they're sitting at number 6, and you have the Boston Celtics who are sitting at number 10, and they have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Williams, Josh Richardson, and those boys over there. And also, I'm surprised that the Hawks are at the record they are, because the Hawks
I think the Celtics struggles is a conversation for another video, but I definitely agree with Cleveland wasn't on my list, but I definitely agree. I mean, I just don't think they have the pretty superstars that the NBA wants to prop up, because if you got social media, or even if you watch the talk shows, First Take, whatever show they got on, they're not going to talk about Cleveland. They're not going to talk about how Darius Garland and Jared Allen are having all-star caliber years, because they don't want to talk about that.
No,
yeah, but if you tune into a Cleveland game, you watch them 3 towers that they got. They start 3 dudes that are taller than 6'10". They got Markkanen at the 3, and he's 6'10". They got Mobley at the 4, and they got Jared Allen at the 5.
Yeah, and I like Mobley a lot. He's like, I wouldn't say he's KD, but he has KD's built, kind of.
Yeah.
He's not as long as him. But
Mobley's basically what KD would be if you took away the scoring. And you just focus if you took away KD's guard skills and you gave him big skills, that's pretty much where Mobley is. Because Mobley, shot blocker, rebounder, dunks, lobs, all around the rim.
All those around the thing, yeah.
But I think probably the favorite for Rookie of the Year right now, which is going to transition me into my second team, which is not second on my list. It's just a good transition. I got Toronto Raptors as my third most slept on team in the NBA. We skipped number 2 for now, but number 3 I got Toronto, because they're 3 games over, and I would have had no idea. I thought this team was rebuilding. I didn't even think this team was good right now. Scotty Barnes has been solid. He's got a case for Rookie of the Year right now, but that boy Federico with 22 points per game, trying to make an all-star bid this year. And you got Siakam as well, who I feel like the NBA's kind of just forgotten about ever since he won Most Improved. Like, this team was solid even without Kawhi. And they traded away Lowry, and they're doing just fine for themselves. I think the Gary Trent pickup last year was solid. Barnes was a good pick that not a lot of people agreed with, but he's been playing well. I think he's averaging like 15, 8, and 5, or 15, 8, 4, something like that. You got OG Anunoby, who's been a solid player as well. I mean, this lineup on paper looks pretty good, and they've been performing pretty well recently, obviously, to be 3 games over. So I think the Raptors are definitely in my top 5 for most slept-on teams in the NBA.
I haven't really followed much of the Raptors, but I can go with my number. I'd do number 3. I'd say, I'm surprised the Washington Wizards are. Yeah, I'd say the Wizards, because like they don't have the best record. They're chilling at 9 right now, only 1 game behind from being in 10th from Celtics. Kyle Kuzma actually has been putting on a show the past couple games,
right?
Which is a
speak
big
on
thing.
it.
Yeah, because he's everybody's always been like, when is Kyle Kuzma going to reach the ceiling? When is he going to excel to the player that he can be? Because we've seen his potential when he was on the Lakers. As for Bradley Beal, that's a name that I haven't heard much this season. Now that I think about it,
he's definitely not. I got his stats up right here: 24 a game, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. He's definitely not at the level he was the last 2 years, but leading scorer still. Decent efficiency, not shooting well from three, but I mean 45.5%, pretty solid. I would say a little above average probably for guards, probably right around average. I don't know,
On
but
average, yeah.
30% from three is not ideal, but that's probably where the point fall off is from the last 2 seasons because I believe he was over 30 2 years in a row if I'm not
Nah, he was
mistaken,
over 30 for like 2 years in a row. It was
or
crazy.
exactly 30 it could have been, but he was definitely up there.
Um, Let me see. I'll go on my number two team. Oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like that team a lot. I love Cat. I think he's honestly probably a top three big man in the league when he's not being a sissy fit. Um, he can shoot the three ball really efficiently. Like truthfully, like
Yeah.
as a big man, he does shoot the three ball really well. He's really he can get aggressive, but then sometimes he doesn't. The last time I seen him play was when they played the Lakers, and he was
Oh, he was son in
bullying.
AD.
He was
Yeah.
bullying Anthony Davis,
Disrespectful.
like literally manhandling. And Davis is probably like almost 4 inches taller than him, probably. Um, I love Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is a phenomenal basketball player. I think his ceiling is so high.
Yeah.
I don't know what his numbers look like right now.
He is giving
Uh,
you 22 points,
Look at that. Look at
five and a
that.
half rebounds,
As a
one and
second
a
year,
half steals as well.
as a second year,
Yeah,
come on.
shooting 44 and 37.
So he's basically putting up what Bradley Bill's putting up
Yeah,
at this point.
pretty much.
You know? So it's like I like that team a lot. They also who else they have over there? They got some they got
D'Lo
Pat.
running the point,
They got
obviously.
yeah D'Lo. I don't
Beverly,
know why I even forgot about him. I don't know how. You got D'Lo. Team
Jared,
lead.
Jared Vanderbilt, and Jaden McDaniels on the defensive end. They're not really going to show you much in the box score, but those dudes on defense are ridiculous, and that helps them a lot. Patrick Beverly brought in that
Yeah,
grimy,
Willie
gritty
Beasley.
defense.
He's a really good defender, wing defender, and he can shoot the ball
Right.
pretty decently. I forgot Nas Reed was on there.
I'm gonna agree with you on the Timberwolves. They were actually my fourth team. So I'm gonna give you the Timberwolves for sure. I don't know exactly what their record is when they're healthy. I could totally be making this up, but when I see Towns, Edwards, and Russell in the box score, I feel like they win the majority of those games when I see
Yeah.
all three of them healthy.
hmm
D'Lo's got to stay healthy. They got to stay out of COVID protocol. I know Towns has been in COVID protocol. I know D'Lo's been injured. Ant's missed a couple games. But when I check Timberwolves games, because I check box scores pretty much every night, I feel like every time I look and I see that they won, I look at the box score and it's all three of them in the starting lineup. And when I
Yeah.
look and I see that they lost, they're missing more than one of them. So
Mm.
if this Timberwolves team can stay healthy, I think they are a scary team that you're not going to want to face
Yeah.
because they got a lot of firepower and they could make a run to get out of that play-in at the moment. They're sitting right at 500 right now. They're losing tonight, but I'm not really sure how that's gonna end up. But a game behind the Lakers if they lose, and really only a spot or two behind a 5 or 6 seed right now. So, like I said, if they stay healthy, I could see them avoiding that play-in.
My fault, bro. No, yeah, no, yeah. They as of right now they would face. Wait, I'm not. I'm looking at this. I think it would be the Mavericks.
No, the play-in works differently. I don't even remember how the play-in works, to be honest. They would play the Lakers, and if
Yeah.
they lose, they'd play the winner of the Clippers and Blazers. I don't even want to talk about the play-in, bro. That shit is so complicated and so stupid, but whatever. Moving on. Give me your last team.
Um. um. Let me see.
Say Utah. I swear to God, I'll punch you through this monitor.
No, bro. Their team is fully stacked, bro. The 76ers.
Okay.
Considering they still got Finn Simmons sitting out, not wanting to play, even though he's not really much of a threat. They have Joel Embiid has been playing his ass off. Literally, he's been healthy too. Always a healthy with him.
27 and 10, bro. Like,
And
ridiculous numbers.
what's it called? I like I was about to say his name wrong. I can't even say. Oh, Tyrese Maxey.
Right.
Max, he's what is he, a rookie? That's a rookie right there.
No, I think he's second year as well.
Second year again?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He didn't play that much last year, but I'm pretty sure he is.
I can't remember.
He played 61 last year and he only started 8.
This team isn't a bad team. They got your boy Seth over there. They still got Danny Green, Tobias Harris.
Thibault locking it down on defense
Yep,
too.
Thibault. Miles Paul.
Yeah, shout out Miles Powell, bro.
Yeah,
He just got brought in with the COVID
protocol,
exceptions, but shout
and
out to
he
him.
he balled out too. So they keeping him over there, and they're sitting at the 5th seed right now, 23-16. They're 8-8 home, 15-8 away, which is a good thing.
I feel like they're figuring it out now. Like they didn't really know how to play without Simmons. They kind of had to adjust, but I feel like they got it down now because they were sitting around that play-in area.
They're on a 7-game win streak.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
They turned it up for sure, and they got that trade bait. I feel like
I heard something about how they're gonna trade Tobias Harris and Finn Simmons for something.
Yeah,
but,
it was supposed to be Dame Lillard, but he's out for the year.
Really? I didn't even wait. Really?
He might be out for the year. I don't know if but he could be.
Was that recently?
Yeah, I just heard the news yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I agree with Philly. They could pull off. They could listen. You're gonna get somebody good for Ben Simmons. You can get Jeremy Grant. You can get John Collins. You can get Porzingis. There's plenty of guys out there. They just gotta find the right deal. But I'll finish my list with my last two. One of them you might think is a stupid answer, but I think Chicago is one of the most slept-on teams in the NBA, despite being the 1 seed by a good 2 games. I feel like they just don't get talked about enough. You got the Lakers, who are ass, who get talked about on the daily, and the Warriors and the Suns, who rightfully so, they have the 2 best records in the league, but you got Brooklyn, who's got the Kyrie news, you got Giannis on Milwaukee, and then you got Chicago, who's got, DeMar DeRozan, mid-range. Who gives a shit about the mid-range, right? Zach LaVine, Lonzo. Lonzo's a bust. We cast him out. Who cares about Lonzo? And he's putting up huge minutes, and he's playing great for Chicago. Mr. Broken Jump Shot, who's knocking down a very good percentage of his
45% from 3-point.
Yeah, he shoot 42% from 3. Mr. Broken Jump Shot is what I was told. But, you actually got to watch the games, look into it. But DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine are averaging 26 each,
and then they were leading the league in fourth quarter points scored.
DeRozan's the king of the fourth this year, and you got Vooch off the bench, who was you got 2 All-Stars and then Vooch, a borderline All-Star, putting up 16 and 11 and a half. You got Lonzo putting up 13. Kobe White, good scorer off the bench. Caruso, great defender off the bench. I'm not sure who they start at the 4 spot right now, with Patrick Williams being hurt. But I know you got guys like Derrick Jones Jr., Javonte Green. But yeah, this team is good. This team is a title contender.
Me personally, I didn't think they're a sleeper because in my eyes, I've been rooting for the Bulls since the whole thing was set up. When Lonzo went to Chicago, I was like, oh, it's right. That's a team right there. Yeah. That's a complete team in my opinion. And everyone's like, Lonzo Ball, this big BBB, triple B to the day I die. Lonzo Ball, he's one of my favorite point guards. He probably is my favorite point guard besides his brother. But I never doubted that team, even when they had a little 2-game losing streak. People were like, oh, it's a hoax.
Yeah.
No. This team healthy. And the thing is, what's his name? The center.
Vucevic?
Yeah, he hasn't even been playing to his potential. He's even said it himself. He hasn't been the player he wants to be or he should be because
he's
a different setting. He went from being the best player in his team to now being
number 3. He's the number 3 option now.
Yeah, he's like not even. Technically number 3.
He's definitely had some stinkers this year. Yeah. I mean, you look at his field goal percentage in Orlando. 51, 52, 52, 51, 47, 47, 51, 47. You look at this year, and he's at 42.6. So like you said, and like he said, not playing up to the potential that he could be. And that's the scary part because he is a borderline all-star, and he has been for the last 5-6 years.
A couple years, yeah.
And now you got DeRozan, who's playing like an MVP, really like better than he ever has.
MVP, honestly, I would give him the MVP right now in the middle of the season.
I don't see how you couldn't have him in that discussion. Like when you think of what MVP really means, what that V stands for, like it's great. I think Zach LaVine's a great player and he's an all-star, but bro, you add DeMar DeRozan, you go from not even in the play-in to number 1 seed.
Yeah, literally.
What's the difference? You want to give it to Lonzo or Caruso? No disrespect, but they're not DeMar DeRozan. They're not bringing the impact that he is. He's putting up 26 a game, bro. Mm-hmm. And he's shooting, 50% from the field?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he's not your MVP, he needs to be in your top 5. There's no other way around it. He has to be in your top 5.
At least top 5. But
let me give you my last team before we wrap it up here.
Mm-hmm.
But my last team is the Denver Nuggets. And I put them on this list because they're from Denver, and they have a slow, fat white guy as their star player. And he leads them in all major statistical categories. They have had pretty much everybody injured at some point throughout the year. Porter's only played 10. And you got, dudes like Facundo Campazzo, who's playing significant minutes.
He's been playing. Yeah, he dropped Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, he did.
Like, that shit was tough.
You got Bones Highland playing key minutes. You got Uncle Jeff Green playing significant minutes. And Jokic has them playing like legitimate NBA starters. Like,
how's Jamal doing?
He's still out.
He's still out?
He hasn't been back.
I wonder if he was still out.
Yeah, he's still out. That's what I mean, though. Your number 2 scoring option, out. Your number 3 scoring option, Michael Porter Jr., out. So it falls on Jokic. And what's he doing? 26 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 1.5 steals, and a block.
That's why he was the MVP last year.
Exactly. And then you got Will Barton, who has not been, 42% from the field is not great, but Aaron Gordon, who's another player that's completely slept on, and he has been for a while, who's putting up 14 a game, solid, starter as well. But that's a good size lineup. I mean, you got Aaron Gordon at the 4, who can fly to make up for Jokic's lack of verticality. Let's put it that way, to be respectful. But yeah, I mean, you look at this team on paper and you're like, who the hell are these clowns? And then you look at the standings and they're not even in the play-in. They're ahead of the play-in right now.
Yep.
I really hope for the sake of the league that Jamal Murray takes his time and he comes back next year, because Golden State and Phoenix will be in trouble if Murray gets healthy and he comes back this year. And I wouldn't say they would lose to him, but I would not want to play them.
Okay.
Especially if you put them in a play-in and then you get them in the first round. Hell no. Hell no. If you have to play Denver and then you have to play Memphis, my God. You're not even going to be able to walk by the time you get to the conference finals. All right, Jay, we're going to wrap it up there. Anything you'd like to say to the people?
Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Time to watch, our clips and just showing love. We appreciate y'all always. And first and foremost, continue to just grow and show love, And watch my boy's videos, because he has great clips, hours and hours and hours and hours of them. This man's phenomenal at what he does. This wouldn't be happening right now with him. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night.
Wrapping it up, whatever you're watching this on, if it's the main channel or if you're watching the full podcast, drop a like and subscribe. Comment any thoughts on whatever we were talking about, NBA, NFL, awards, whatever it may be. Comment what you'd like to hear us talk about in the future.
Criticize me so I can get better at my job.
I like that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one.